as a woman of strength and virtue. Her days were filled with purpose, running her successful online jewelry business, mentoring young women at her congregation, and volunteering at a local shelter. But behind her graceful demeanor was a heart devoted to Yahuah, constantly praying for guidance and direction. For many years, Abigail prayed for a husband who loved Yahuah above all else. She had seen too many friends settle for men who lacked integrity, leading to heartbreak and struggle. Father, she prayed every night, send me a man who fears you, who will lead our home in righteousness, and who I can stand beside in your purpose. One evening, while helping set up for a community charity auction, Abigail noticed a man struggling to carry a large table through the church doors. Without hesitation, she walked over to help. Here, let me grab the other end, she offered, gripping the table. The man looked up, a bit surprised, and smiled. Thanks, I'm Ethan. I'm Abigail, she replied. Looks like you're doing the heavy lifting tonight. Ethan chuckled. Part of the job. Mr. Jordan asked me to drop off some furniture I made for the auction. Abigail was intrigued. A carpenter who donated his work for charity? It was rare to meet someone so generous with their craft. Over the following weeks, their paths crossed, often at the congregation and community events. Ethan, she learned, had left a lucrative corporate career to pursue his passion for woodworking, believing it was Yahuah's calling on his life. His humility and quiet strength stirred something in her heart. Their friendship quickly deepened, and Ethan began asking Abigail to join him for coffee or walks after congregation meetings. They talked about their dreams, their faith, and the challenges they faced. Ethan shared how difficult it had been to leave the security of his old life, but he knew Yahuah had called him to something greater. I want my work to mean more than just making money, he told her one evening. I wanted to serve others. Abigail saw his heart for Yahuah and began to wonder if he might be the answer to her prayers, but she remained very cautious. One night, she asked him directly, Ethan, if Yahuah asked you to give up your business tomorrow, would you obey? Without hesitation, Ethan replied, Of course, it's not mine to begin with. Everything I have belongs to him. Abigail felt her spirit settle. This was the man she had been waiting for. Several months later, Ethan invited Abigail to his workshop. It was a crisp autumn evening, and the space was filled with the smell of freshly cut wood. Ethan had been working on a custom table, but tonight it was set with candles and flowers. Abigail, he began, taking her hands, you've been my partner in faith, my encourager and my inspiration. I've prayed for a woman like you my whole life, but you're more than I ever dreamed of. Will you marry me? Tears welled up in Abigail's eyes as she nodded. Yes, Ethan, I will. The wedding was a beautiful, simple ceremony filled with family and friends and many heartfelt prayers. Together, they vowed to build their marriage on Yahuah's foundation. At the ceremony, Ethan and Abigail exchanged ketubahs. Not long after their wedding, Ethan's business faced a devastating challenge. A disgruntled client accused him of delivering faulty work and filed a lawsuit against him. The accusations were false, but the legal fees and damage to his reputation threatened to destroy everything he had worked for. Ethan was crushed. Maybe I was wrong to leave my old life behind, he confessed to Abigail one night. Maybe I wasn't meant to do this. Abigail refused to let him give up. Ethan, she said firmly, Yahuah has called you to this. He will make a way. Let's fight this together. She prayed with him daily, asking Yahuah for wisdom and provision. She also used her business experience to help Ethan strategize. She suggested launching an online platform for his woodworking services to reach new clients and rebuild his reputation. She liquidated assets and helped him get an awesome attorney. Though the battle was long and grueling, Ethan began to see the glimmers of hope. Months later, the lawsuit was dismissed, and Ethan's business rebounded stronger than ever. The online platform Abigail had helped him create brought in more clients than he'd ever imagined. The ordeal had tested their faith and their marriage, but it had also deepened their bond. Ethan often told others, "Abigail is more than my wife. She's my warrior. She stood by me when I couldn't stand on my own." Their home became a place of refuge for others. Ethan began mentoring young men in woodworking, teaching them not only the craft, but also the importance of walking in Yahuah's ways. Abigail continued to run her jewelry business, often using her profits to support their community projects. Together, Abigail and Ethan built a life that reflected Yahuah's glory. Their love wasn't just romantic, it was purposeful, rooted in faith and service. Abigail embodied the Proverbs 31 woman, working with diligence, extending her hand to the needy, and bringing honor to her husband. And Ethan, a man of integrity, led their home with wisdom and humility. Their story became a testimony to their community, proving that when a couple builds their life on Yahuah's foundation, they can weather any storm and accomplish extraordinary things for his kingdom.
Tree